late evening at the Gleethorpe Open in Sherwood Forest. One of the best spots in Sherwood Forest. And personally, this is more important than the famous tree. And why is it so important? Well, this area of grass heath has never, as long as anybody can ever remember, and there's no signs of it ever having had, any human intervention. It's never been grazed, it's never been cut, and here it still is. And that's why I think this is the most important bit within the country park. Purely because it's never been touched. Now, a few years ago, management and Natural England were talking of grazing this. But the minute they chuck half a dozen or a dozen English longhorns on it, then all those years, at least over a century, from what we can make out, and the evidence suggests it's well over 100 years since this was touched, if it ever was touched, then all that history of untouchedness would be gone. And they'll almost certainly do it. All it would take is for someone to come along and say, this grass would be far better off if it was grazed. No, it wouldn't. The fact that it's not been grazed, there's no need for it to be grazed. This is as fine a piece of grassy heathland habitat as you could find anywhere in the country. And yet there's no doubt that they'll want to touch it, because we tend to think now that nothing can survive without human intervention. I think you'll find that it can. I think you'll find that everything is probably far better without human intervention. We just now overestimate our importance. We think that everything relies on human intervention to keep it going. But it doesn't. So hopefully, my favourite spot in all of the Sherwood Forest National Nature Reserve will be left untouched for future generations. But I suspect it won't. I suspect they'll have... There's a buzzard heading this way. I suspect they'll have their way, and we'll graze it. They're actually cutting the path that's on the left here. They've never done that before. After all, this is a country park. I thought country parks were meant to be representative of the countryside. Apart from Gedling Country Park, of course. That's just a municipal park with a bit of long grass. And here again, we're back to human intervention. We've got to tidy it up. No, you haven't. Why can't they just leave somewhere alone instead of interfering unnecessarily. So what if a bit of nettle overhangs a path and someone gets stung? That's called life. What kid hasn't been stung by a nettle? It's not going to kill you. A maddening world. But listen to that. Even the wind, the breezy. Well, it was downright windy today. It was blowing a gale at times. That's now died down. And all is becoming calm and quiet. The world would be much better off without people. The world will look after itself. The world will heal itself. The world will always be alright. It'll certainly be better off without the human race. And places like this can remain like this. See, even the crows saying, "Hear, hear."